yet, or oh shoot, well, I'm about 6 minutes. 6 minutes. No. I could just do a pre-show and then I can unpause it when I'm ready. Let's see. I want to get to the point where I can when I see Alan, I can let him in. Let me see. I think if I open that up. No, I don't want that. Meeting information, no. Resume recording, I see that, okay. Few people. Okay, more options for participants. Let me see, let me go back. More options for participants. Let's see. I don't want to open up chat pad. Let's see. Let's see if I can see. Okay, so participants is 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there, and then I want to do some free talk with the audience before he gets here. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Oh, I'll let him in. Let's let him in. Let's see. Where are you at? Where are you at, Alan? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thanks. All right, Alan, come on in. Okay, where are you at? Okay, we're gonna start the recording. Okay, where is it? Okay, we're gonna resume recording. All right. So we're starting a little bit early, and I know Alan is in the house. Speak or forever hold your peace. Well, Alan, he's probably there, and he's probably thinking that, oh, Johnny hasn't started the show this early. It's 2 minutes before the show, but I have started the show. So come on in, Alan.
Evening, folks.
There you are. There you are. Oh man. Well, when you read over the show thing, did you get the conspiracy type of thing? Or I'm sort of guessing. I mean, because okay. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, give us a thumbs up and share this video. Subscribe to our podcast, because at this point we only have 29 viewers. And would it be funny if somebody watched this like a couple of weeks later and we had let's say 200 more subscribers, and so we can
We'll
get
get
up.
them.
Yeah, so
We'll get them.
oh yeah, and I got an intern that's fantastic, and we're gonna start working on the 700 people in the Innervision records business, and then the 2,000 people I have on my personal. So anyway, that's always fun. but before, let's see. Before we get to the topic, this has nothing to do with it. But my ex mother-in-law just died today, and it happened to be get this. It happened to be on my stepson's birthday, so that's kind of
My gosh.
and it's the same day that my mother was born as well. When not the same year, but the same day. So
Wow.
I said I don't know. So my daughter, I guess my daughter and my stepmother, they didn't get along too well. So people are asking her like they want her to feel sad, but she says, I'm not really feeling it. We didn't get along anyway. And I tell her, let that stuff go. That was in the past. You guys didn't get along, but you gotta let that stuff go.
A very special friend of mine actually taught me that a while back. It's very important to go ahead and to bury any negativity, to let go of any past anything, because man, the future that we are staring down does not quite look as bright as it used to, perhaps.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's like sometimes people want to hold on to grudges, and I said, no, let's not do this. I don't know. I don't know. And then like, I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. I can't get into that. Even though I like to talk about history and stuff like that, but I don't talk about like holding on to history, like, well, that group did this bad thing. I do it just because I find parts of history kind of interesting, and just reflecting on it, and not saying, oh, because this happened, then you have to hold a grudge against that person or whatever. It's just, I don't know. History is history, but Oh, and don't forget our soldiers that were killed, the 13 soldiers, like that, like this part is it. Don't forget the 13 soldiers that were killed by this administration regime, and the 7 children and 3 adults that the Taliban gave advice to our military to blow them up as well. So it's just, and don't forget that also the 3.5. Well, okay, we're going to talk about that later. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So this lady,
we're somewhere around 50 odd days into this.
Yeah,
50 odd days. I'm not really sure how many days, but it's definitely intense.
You want to say something about this day in history?
Oh, well, let's see. We had Apollo 12. It went up today. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, for Star Trek fans, it looks like William Shatner, the guy that played Captain Kirk, is slated to go up
Oh yeah,
on a rocket here. It looks like in the next week or so.
yeah. Now,
God,
is he as older as I just heard like the late I think her name is Pennington. But anyway, the lady played a horror. I know she's 87.
Michelle Nichols.
Michelle Nichols, yeah.
Yeah. He's about 87. He's like 90.
And he's gonna go to where no man has gone before, huh? Especially at 90, 90-year-old.
He's going to be the oldest man in space. I don't know.
Wow. And I don't know if he's maybe he is in good shape. Who knows? I know Mr. Sulu, who can do 100 push-ups. He's in pretty good shape, and he's about 84 or something like that.
Yeah, he's a youngin. He's about 84, 83, something around there like that. It's really intense how our lifespan has allowed for us to live so very long.
Yeah, and the reason I know he could still do those sit-ups because they were doing some kind of thing on Howard Stern show, and he jumped down and he did 100 push-ups, and he was a little bit out of breath, but he wanted to show that, hey, he's just not talking about he does push-ups in the morning.
Yeah.
So, so I say, hey, I mean, oh, and then I tried it with my daughter. My daughter, let's see, I said, let's build up to 50 push-ups. So we did like, we kept on increasing like 10 a day. I mean, 10 a week. And she dropped out at about 15. Oh man, I said, come on, it's like, I'm an old man. You gotta be able to beat me. But oh well.
When I was young, I used to be able to pull 750 push-ups a day on my fingers, on my knuckles, and between my fingers, between my knuckles, and on my hands. Boy, I don't even know if I could even pull 750 push-ups today at all.
Oh, wow.
Let's see what else we got here. We've had a lot of coronal mass ejections from the sun. They've definitely been in the news quite a bit. Sunspot activity has increased over the last number of years. Quite interesting. What is very fascinating about this is Pluto, it looks like, is going to have its atmosphere, what passes for atmosphere there, I guess, ripped away, which is quite interesting. It's I had no idea that Pluto even had an atmosphere of any kind.
I was telling my wife last night that there's the sun. It's been sitting there for thousands, probably millions of years in that same place, spinning around whatever it's doing. Either we're spinning around it or it's spinning around us. Moon, the same place as well. And I said, they're just sitting there. I mean, if people look in the sky and say there is no God, I don't know what more proof they need, just to look up in the sky and see this atmosphere and see what's happening at night and during the day, when we can see that sun, that fiery ball that's there warming this earth. It just makes you say, wow. But tomorrow I want to remind everybody that Jimmy Lee Tillman will be on the show tomorrow. And he's an international person. He's a blues singer. And he has an organization, Martin Luther King Republicans, and some other things he's been into. And he has this book out that talks about the history of patrons, Black and white, that are in our history that today's history books are now covering up. So join us tomorrow for that.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really exciting and fun show, especially told from a person who lived it. Told from the perspective of somebody who gets into the historical nature of things.
Oh yeah. So I'm reading his excerpts from his books, and so we're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about. Yeah, and the day was a busy day, but it was like tomorrow. Okay, yesterday we knew that Facebook went out for 6 hours.
Right, and Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Looks like a lot of them went down.
Yeah. Now, the conspiracy people might say, okay, they had the whistleblower come on 60 Minutes on Sunday. And what if they went down to scrub all the evidence that the whistleblower was talking about, and they used that as a excuse? So
look at the squirrel. Look at the squirrel.
Yeah. So while we're looking at her testifying, and maybe she's not who she says she is. I mean, maybe she's just a distraction, because I hate to be this way, but sometimes you think that she's on the side of right, because she said she cares about the girls, that Facebook is messing with them because of body shaming, whatever. And they want to launch a new kitty Facebook to get more people. And did you hear how much money he lost today? Something in the
$6 billion an hour.
Yeah.
An hour. Man, that is crazy. $6 billion an hour.
That's a lot of pocket change. That's a lot of pocket change.
That's a
So,
lot of pocket change, folks.
so, but I don't, I sort of listened to a little bit of that, but I didn't get a chance. I mean, it just got busy for me, so I didn't get a chance to really focus any time on it. But I don't know.
Well,
I
I
think
got to tell you, Johnny, I listened to that thing, so you don't have to.
oh, so you did get a chance to listen to it?
I did. I did.
Yeah, because I was hearing the introduction, and then when it got into the meat of it, I had to get into, I had to go another direction and work at some other stuff. But so
What you didn't miss too much in the way of what's already been covered. Like there weren't any big salacious things that happened within the 3 hour time span. It was just a bunch of people grilling this lady, both Republicans and Democrats, and the lady trying to either defend Facebook's policies or just sort of sidestepping questions and falling back on the existing policies. Case in point would be that she was asked a question point blank. It was a yes or no question. In fact, she was asked many of these yes or no questions, and she decided to just sort of fall back on the tired old, well, Facebook policy dictates this. We did that, and just kind of, did the old snow job, just like has been going on for hundreds of years. An interesting point that was brought up by somebody or other, maybe a commentator, or gosh, maybe it was somebody within the hearing itself. But 100 years ago, when we had the Spanish flu epidemic, when World War I was winding down, this kind of thing, we were just getting ready to gear up for the stock market crash, which would happen in 1929. None of these things happened. What am I trying to say? Facebook sure didn't cover this. Facebook wasn't in existence, and yet we seemed to survive. And I think the commentator or whoever that this point was made is absolutely correct. We're going to survive this, whether Facebook does or whether Facebook does not.
yeah, I mean, there'd be a new, bigger game. I still miss MySpace because I mean that was, as far as like for booking bands, that was the best.
Oh, it's fun.
That this platform has never even got even close to that. I mean, as far as like musicians, I mean, I guess it's for the general population, and I guess they weren't, you could make so much money off of what the other one was, but this one is, $6 billion. So it's like, okay.
Well, the idea though is you do have to invest a huge chunk of change for Facebook to really start working for you. On average, an individual could spend $3,000 to $5,000 on a monthly budget, and they might grow 10, 20, 30,000 followers. But the thing is, gosh, with censorship, with our benevolent overlords being the way that they are, it could all be gone in the space of a day.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. So I don't know what the hearings did or will not do. I mean, it's like, it seems like as long as that 230 is protecting these guys, it's just going to be more of the same. And
well, I'm afraid, I like to think that you're absolutely right. I mean, I'd like to think that our judicial system, our legislative system, our system of the Senate that basically oversees things like what Facebook is doing and this kind of thing. I'd like to think that there'd be some change. But gosh, I'm realistic. Um, and any sort of change that does tend to happen technologically is generally not always the best possible change for the human race in the short term. Now, could be in the long term, it might be okay.
Yeah, yeah, it might be, but I don't know. We shall see. I mean, like I said, there's always going to be something bigger and better as soon as they figure it out, and so let Zuckerberg and all those other guys enjoy now, and hopefully, whatever they have saved and put aside will last for generations to generations if they choose to have any children or whatever. But for the rest of us little mice, we're gonna have to figure this out on our own because. Oh, by the way, I just I keep hearing little pieces and parts of what's in that $3.5 trillion bill, and I heard that Nancy and Chuck. Okay, you saw how they went after that Arizona senator, the lady, I forgot what her name was, but how they went after her, even into the bathroom and was filming it in the bathroom, which I hope they were going to be able to bring charges on that. But we'll see. We'll see if that happens. But they put a provision in there to pay for security for every senator and congressman around the United States. So not only will the president have like that security, but we the people are going to pay for it. As they defund our police, we're going to fund their police.
That's pretty cuddly. That's sweet.
Yeah, you don't need police, but we need it.
There's all kinds of cool stuff in that bill. There's 80,000 extra jobs in there for the IRS.
Man.
To the tune of looks like $80 billion set aside for this, earmarked for these IRS employees. And regardless of whether they do go after folks with $600 transactions or more in their bank account, which just about is everybody on the planet, or everybody in our nation, I should say. Well, I don't know. I mean, part of me really vacillates, give to Caesar what's Caesar's, let them do what they're going to do. But then on the other hand, no, because the really rich, the folks that this is designed to hit, it's never going to hit them because they'll just shelter their money a different way.
And they'll just raise the prices of their goods, and I heard that the Marxist way of doing, the communist ways of doing things, is to destroy the middle class. So there's only two. There's the low income, and then the upper echelon, and so there's no middle there. And I think, and I hope people out there, you're able to figure this out, that you haven't been so brainwashed by the algorithms of Facebook and Twitter and the left-wing news that they have totally deceived you and not knowing what the plan is. And if you're middle class and you own a house, they want it where you own nothing and the government owns you. And who knows how soon this can happen, if me and Alan were still alive or not. But this is the ultimate plan, is to have these elites over you and beholden to them to give you the little handouts.
Here's a good case in point for this, folks. If you are of a mind, go ahead and jump on Google and Google Saguache County, 6,592 folks living in Saguache County. Let me see if I can get a spelling on that. SAG. OUCHI, I think, is spelled Saguache, or pronounced Saguache. It's up near Gunnison, Colorado, up in that area. Really super cold, I'll tell you what. Up there, you got 6,592 folks. They are now able to enjoy warrantless search warrants. They are able to not buy ammunition, and they are now able to go ahead and expect their water, like, their snow melt, if they were to, I don't know, put a bucket out there and save some of it for a reason, any reason, doesn't matter what the reason is, that's the government water. So you start messing around with that, your water on your land is no longer your water, nor is it really your land. So I'd say go check out Saguache County and their new regulations and their new rules. And I would submit that these things are coming to a town near you, whether they're large or small.
Yeah. No, and I was just thinking also, for everybody, whether the elections were stolen or not, or and crazy things was happening, we got to get past that. And of course, me and Alan, we keep saying, start in the local municipalities, and because Trump is for America, but he needs other people in these other areas to really go. And I know everybody wants to go to the rallies and rah and meet up with people and stuff like that, but what is it? What will you do when the party's over? He's like, come on, you guys, just don't go back home and just go back to life as usual. Get involved. Join up with a political group that you a candidate that you can really support, who is what they say they are, that has been vetted, and go door knocking, phone calling, and support that candidate if that candidate is not in fact you. Because we fell asleep too long. We've been asleep too long. And instead of looking for the next entertainment rally, which that's great, that's fine, getting together, let's roll up our sleeves and get down to business. So
that's absolutely right. It does start with the individual, and starting at the local level is actually starting, at the local level. So for me, that is walking around my apartment complex, actually talking to people, whether I want to talk to them or whether I don't. Hey, how you doing? I'm Alan Colvin, and I'm whatever that is. Because, if one is part of the community, one is engaged in the community. If one decides not to say anything to somebody, then they might still be part of the community, but there is no engagement there.
And on this November, because I'm gonna, there's a lady named Kim Munson on her show. She's going through a lot of these petitions that will be on the November bill, and it seemed like they want to make it even more comfortable for the homeless people here in Colorado. Free houses and free more bathrooms, outdoor bathrooms, and they're just going to make it so accommodating. And I say, if you have a cousin, a father, a brother who's a habitual drug user, you do not want to make it comfortable for them to slowly kill themselves.
That's
you want to make it as most uncomfortable as you can. And here are these Democrats, this experimental things that they're doing here is trying to make it as comfortable. So we'll have an influx because everybody will get the word out saying it's really comfortable to be homeless and a drug user and just live your life, spend your watch away in Colorado. We do not want that. So pay attention to these initiatives that these Democrats are putting on the ballot, because they just want to perpetuate slowly killing these people.
It's horribly important, folks. I mean, some of this stuff, a lot of people will shy away from. It's boring. It takes actual work. It takes actual effort. And it does take actual work. It does take actual effort. And the days of sitting and complaining about something and doing nothing about the thing that you're complaining about or over.
Yeah, yeah. So I just encourage everybody, like the go on go on Kim Munson. This is MONSSON website, Kim Munson, and she really gives a lot of information. They have a paid team. I mean, here, Innervision FM right now, we have no budget. So we don't have a paid team to put that on our website so people can go up there and find out the information. But I was just putting out a voter guide for people that here in Colorado, talking about the people that have been vetted for school boards and all these other not so sexy offices, but yet important. They even have this one. They want to tax marijuana more for the children. And all it is a slush fund for the Democrats to have this unelected board that can tax you without asking you, and they can elect their replacements and incorporate other organizations that will be making money, and the people have no control over the school. But they want to put it on the guise of after-school programs for your children. And if they keep raising up the prices of marijuana so much, that people are gonna go back to the black market because they can get the marijuana cheaper, right? But they're not thinking about that. Yeah,
that's definitely something to take into account when you have a 45% tax on recreational marijuana versus what you can get for your medical marijuana. There is indeed potential for a black market to take place. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So I mean, look out, people there. I mean, they're trying to slip everything underneath the the line as they can. But anyway, once again, man, we are out of time. So
one thing we do want to leave with is 1 Corinthians chapter 15. You can get saved today. Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior. Our Father created this thing, and we have the Holy Spirit, which inhabits us and enables us to kind of get through this stuff. So it's going to be okay, folks. Just hold on to Jesus.
Yeah.
Not even joking.
Yes. So
Come on,
we'll see.
man.
We'll definitely see you tomorrow with Jimmy Lee Tillman, and you have a fantastic day, everybody.
A lot of fun, folks.
Oh yeah. So we'll see you guys later.
All right. God bless.